On the morning of March 4, 1849, the city of Washington, D.C., seemed to hush its routine. The imposing capital remained as silent as the skies, and the star-spangled banner hung limp, wholly undisturbed by any hope or fear. The republic itself seemed paused, caught in a singular breath between administrations, as if the world had stumbled on an unwritten punctuation mark in its own ledger. James K. Polk, a president whose tenure had been fiercely contested, quietly finished his term amid the echoes of unresolved debates. But as the clock rolled into Sunday, Zachary Taylor, the hero-turned president-elect, refused to take the oath either out of piety or stubbornness, since the 4th had fallen on a Sabbath. For one long, extraordinary day, America teetered on the brink of a leadership vacuum. No crowds gathered, no cannon salutes marked the new day. Only among the halls of Congress, a handful of officials exchanged uneasy glances, pondering the question: if the president has left and the new president delays his arrival, whom does the mantle fall upon? Enter Senator David Rice Acheson of Missouri. Acheson was tall, slow-spoken, with an unmistakable plainness to his manner and a hint of prairie wind in his voice. He was neither the architect nor the inheritor of destiny that morning. He was, by virtue of his post as president pro tempore of the Senate, the unlikely answer to a constitutionally murky moment. There was no declaration, no pomp, no ceremony. Acheson spent the night overseeing long, tedious congressional discussions, his mind far from the notion of national power. When dawn broke on that peculiar day, his colleagues offered wry smiles and jokes about his supposed elevation. The city moved through its business indifferent to the anomaly in leadership. That day, Acheson gave no public address. He signed no documents. The silhouettes of the Capitol reflected a man who ruled for a day without ruling. Diplomats did not bow, generals did not call. All the wheels of government spun in neutral, fortified by routine, and the cogs of daily life rolled on. Acheson retreated to his modest rooms, closed his eyes, and drifted into sleep, perhaps dreaming of Missouri fields rather than Washington thrones. The next morning, Zachary Taylor appeared on the steps of the Capitol. The oath was administered in due form, the transition finalized with all due ceremony, and the government engine chugged forward. David Acheson, the man the newspapers would later dub the president for a day, simply returned to his seat in the Senate and ordinary countryman status. Debate flickered for years: was Acheson's presidential status a constitutional fact or just a clever myth emerging from a legal quirk? Historians, both earnest and playful, sprouted theories. Some insisted the gap was never real, others pointed to the letter of the law. Acheson himself treated the subject with affable detachment, delighted in sharing the joke with visitors and friends. For in that inconspicuous 24 hours, the nation learned the lesson that power is not always a matter of possession but perception. It is forged in the spaces between certainty and chance, and sometimes history chooses its own comic relief: a pause in the storm where greatness is measured not by action but by accident. In memory, David Rice Acheson stands as a footnote and a reminder that, in the fragile arithmetic of government, even a day without a president counts for something.